right, Spanky, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure, my name is Spanky Edwards. I'm running for SGA president at Morehouse College. First, I'd like to thank you for having me on your show. My platform is simple. We're coming from service, social justice, and safety. Service would be the most important thing, coming from the biblical phrase, the greatest among you shall serve. So we want to promote, we are lead by service. So that's kind of what my platform will be like.
Okay. Martavius?
Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Martavius Leonard. I'm a junior business administration major from Thomaston, Georgia. And essentially my platform is called The Voice. Voice stands for Verbalize the Obstacles and Inspire Collective Execution. And essentially what that means is that, one, we're taking the time as a student body to find the issues that really concern us on a day-to-day basis. We're creating a plan that actually addresses those concerns, and then we're working together as a collective unit to actually make those problems into solutions. So essentially my platform is about the students and making sure that those concerns are being heard.
Okay, so we'll start with two questions from former administration of SGA, as well as current and student body. Spanky, while you are instrumental in protesting, some students believe that your militant attitude may scare administration and the Board of Trustees rather than bridge the ongoing gap. How will you parallel your activism with the highest student leadership role?
Well, I think what the students paying 85% of the working budget, I think that the students, our faculty and administration should respect students, and that SGA, it being the leading voice, or the SGA over the entire campus, that's over administration, faculty, staff, and students, I think that they should respect students more. However, I have a great relationship with all of the vice presidents and all the deans. So as far as negotiation is concerned, I am militant when I have to be. But nonetheless, I have a working relationship with every one of the vice presidents and the newcoming vice president, so that will not be an issue.
Okay. When you talk about protesting, and we've seen that protesting in almost this administration, the past administration, did not go over so well, how will you bring the students in and engage the students so that if we needed to protest for the administration, we could?
Well, there are protests as far as direct action and demonstrating is the last step. That comes after we've already negotiated at the table. We've already brought all of the players in. We've already tried to work it out via negotiation. We know the facts, and we've worked all that stuff out. Then when we are ignored, our needs are not met, then there becomes a time where we take direct action. As you know, I'm a certified nonviolence trainer. I have 3 certificates from Dr. Bernard Lafayette, which was one of Dr. King's ground soldiers, foot soldiers. So I know the steps. So when you see me upset, it's because I am angry, and I have the right to be angry due to us already working it out, and it's still not seeing what we pay for, things that we've already worked for, and it not happen. So again, that's the last step. I think that we all should be angry when it comes to the point of direct action. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Martavius, you were executive secretary charged with a implementation and creation of a new website that was done. Let's go into the logistical arms of the e-board, which was MAP. Presumably that was your role as well last semester, and it failed to pick off the ground. Why is that?
Well, essentially, MAP, once again, it stands for Marketing Activities, Programs, and Promotions. And essentially the whole idea of MAP was to serve, like you said, as a logistical arm for the SGA. However, through the administration and through some of the things that we were trying to get done, we realized that logistical planning wasn't our forte. That's not something that we should have been doing as an SGA. Our main goal for SGA is advocacy, making sure that students and their voices are heard and their concerns are being heard, and that they are brought to administration and make sure that those concerns are addressed. So essentially, we decided not to continue on with it because at the end of the day, there was no need for that actual program to continue on, because especially with the new partnership that we're forming with CASA. So that was essentially the reason why I didn't get off the ground.
Okay, but the new CASA relationship that we formed was this semester,
right,
correct?
Right.
How efficient were you all in communicating that MAP was no longer, because many people feel as if it was a failure versus us saying that we'll step back, especially when it was in the Maroon Tiger as one of the things done that Mr. Washington, or President Washington, talked about.
Right. Well, I think that regardless of the situation, I think that within the organization, some of the members of the organization, They were, a little worried about the program and trying to find out what was going on. We tried to, tailor it to really fit what the SGA was really trying to do, but at the end of the day, you live and you learn, and you have to realize that at the end of the day, sometimes you have to make those necessary steps to making sure that things are efficient. And with Matt, we didn't think that was something that we should continue on with, and I think that, we'll do, a better job of, making sure that those things are communicated. However, that was the reason why, like I said, we didn't continue on with Matt.
Okay. Mr. Edwards, I have a question for you. Were you ever a part of an SGA office, rather class council, judiciary board, e-board, anything?
According to the SGA Constitution, all members of Morehouse are members of the SGA.
Let me rephrase that. Were you in any leadership roles?
Leadership roles, I did not serve as a class council, but I did serve in an advisory position. I advised several of the SGA people that were in position. I served several of the officers. I also served as an advisor to the NAACP. I served as an advisor to a lot of the other positions. So no, I did not. My name was not on this is my first office that I run for. But as I indirectly, yes, I think I have been a member of SGA.
Okay, so how apprehensive are you in running for a position without any known leadership role of the SGA?
Well, leadership of the SGA, the president's job is to lay out the vision and the plan for the college. I think I can do that. I think that students at Morehouse will respect me in that level. I don't think that they really care if I have SGA experience or not. Matter of fact, they may work out to a benefit that I do not have SGA experience.
Mm-hmm. And I would ask you, for your opponents, that some of them have a lot of SGA experience and some of them do not have any SGA experience. You're not the only one, so how can you separate yourself? What makes you fit for an SGA president?
When I transferred from the University of Illinois, I was a PWI. I was not used to white people being more concerned about black issues than black people were concerned about black issues. When I came, we were doing Troy Davis. I knew about Troy Davis about 5 years ago. No one at Morehouse College knew anything about Troy Davis or any of the other social justice issues. So when I came on campus, I was almost hurt because this is the home of Dr. King, where the civil rights movement started. And there was no student or no organization that did it seriously. I had, as state president of the NAACP, state president of Youth and College Division in Illinois, I had already met many of the NAACP leaders. But even in that, they told me about the apathy at Morehouse College. So since I've been on campus, we were able to do Troy Davis and Trayvon Martin, and that made that statement a myth. Students of the AUC are not apathetic.
Well, we're talking about something that happened nationally versus something that would happen on a localized base here at Morehouse College. There was a march that happened right on your home field, if you want to call it that, and no one showed up. A march for rights in the Washington administration. They met at the Bell, and they were supposed to march. That didn't happen. So, are you equating your ability to take something that's national and rally people who are angry at that and rallying the student base? Again,
protest, and we think that activism is just protest only. It's not. You can lobby and be more effective than getting 1,000 or 5,000 students to show up at any time and protest to the state capitol. That's easy. The hard part is the commitment. If we can get students to be committed to a cause, then that's when the work is. It's easy. I've done that several times, getting people rally up for issues. Right now, my latest issue is House Bill 512, where students, if they are engaged properly, that's the groundwork, getting them educated about the issue, so they're not just out here protesting because it's a national issue. This is one issue that we made ourselves. We are the claims maker, and we will go through the House Bill 512, letting the state of Georgia know our opposition, and we will not stop. It won't just be a protest either. We will petition, we will lobby, we will do letter campaigns, and everyone will know our opposition to this, and it will not stop until our voices are heard properly.
Thank you, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you.
Martavius, you were deemed as an obvious choice in the Red Tiger. how do you believe that this may hurt, considering that the student body may be tired of conventional choices?
Well, personally, I don't think that, I feel like every candidate that is a part of this election have very, are very qualified, honestly, and I feel as though me being deemed the obvious choice was, interesting. I thought that I was very surprised about it, but I definitely think that regardless of that, I have the capabilities, I have the qualities that make me a great leader. My sophomore year, I served as sophomore class president, got a chance to really interact with my class and getting the opportunity to really see some of the concerns that the class has from that level. And then this year, like you said, I served as executive secretary for the Elections-Spanky administration. So I got to work hand in hand with some veteran members of SGA, some people that have really been able to be groundbreaking in their fields, and just really being able to give me that experience that I think that I need in order to be an effective SGA president.
Thank you. And last question for you. Your platform is presumably a continuation of the last two administrations, from the push notifications to checking in at Crown Forum. What is the one thing that you believe that the other two SGA presidencies did not do correctly?
Okay. Well, one of the things that I think that is not necessarily what they didn't do correctly. I think that what we just weren't able to accomplish within those two administrations. I think that for me, the biggest thing that I want to do is make sure that at the end of the day, we're taking some of the things that we have on campus, taking the resources that we already have, and enhancing on those resources. I think that in order for us to continue to bring in groundbreaking ideas and to implement groundbreaking change, we have to, one, fix the things that we already have, because in order to do that, in order to bring those groundbreaking things in, you don't want to add onto things that, don't actually work or, aren't efficient. So that's my whole thing, just making sure that we are operating efficiently as an institution and as the SGA. So.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Edwards, would you like to start with your conclusion?
Yes, you are absolutely correct. I have not been official, or had an official title with SGA. However, I did transfer, and at my previous college, I was student trustee to the board of trustees at Illinois Central College. So, again, my platform is simple: is service, social justice, and safety. I am the social justice candidate. If that's what you want, or the trajectory of the college to be, is that the direction that you want your college to be, then I am your candidate. So hopefully I do have all of your support, and I do thank you again for inviting me to your show.
Martavius.
So once again, like I said, my name is Martavius Leonard, and I really want to be SGA president because I believe in the students, I believe in the potential of this college, and I think that at the end of the day, that if we work together as an institution, as students, and we can really make change on this campus, if you allow your voices to be heard, if you allow yourself to make sure that you are doing your part as a student, we can really make change on this campus. So.
Thank you, too. We'd like to thank Mr. Spanky Edwards and Martavius Leonard for coming out today. Thank you all.